Hi, I'm Mike Briggs of Performance Cycle and Auto. Welcome to my show, Just Ask Mike, where I'll be covering a range of topics from basic motorcycle service and maintenance to products and gadgets or anything to do with just getting out and enjoying the sport. Feel free to post any of your questions on my YouTube site. Thanks for joining in. Hey, how's it going? Last video we talked about oil changes. We touched base on it during the winterized portion. Today though I want to just go a little bit further on there to talk about how often you should be doing it. I'm not going to talk too much about the different kinds of oils because that gets really in depth and we're going to need way more time than we've got today for that. Probably the biggest thing I want to mention is the fact that people want to know, how often do I change my oil? Well, if you're a low mileage guy, you want to change probably once a season at the least. And if you're going to do that, do it in the fall because that's the best time to do it. If you're a high mileage guy putting on lots of K, you're probably going to do it 2, maybe 3 times a season, probably about every 5,000 K to 8,000 K. The next thing I probably want to touch on, or I do want to touch on mostly, is the fact that there are a difference between automotive oil and motorcycle oil. The big thing is the additive package. In a motorcycle oil, they add a different package because of the fact that the motorcycle's got a gearbox, it's got a wet clutch where the automotive engine doesn't. That's probably the biggest point I want to get across. So if you're going to go buy oil for your motorcycle, make sure it is motorcycle oil. There are different grades. 10W40 is probably your most common one that you're going to use. Now, you've got 3 different kinds of oils. We've got petroleum, semi-synthetic, full synthetic. If you've got an older bike, burns a little bit of oil, you know, that kind of thing, petroleum is going to be what you want. It's more reasonably priced, it's more readily available. You're not going to affect, it'll just work better for you. That's what you want to do. Semi-synthetic, middle of the road. I use this particular one myself. I find it helps my shifting. It just seems, I peace of mind. I like putting a little better quality oil in my bike. The full synthetic here, now a lot of models nowadays require a full synthetic oil. The engines are made that way and you have to run a full synthetic. Always refer back to your manufacturer's recommendations of what you should be using. Or you can always check with your mechanic or just drop a comment on my site on the YouTube and let me know what you got and I can get back to you with more information on my recommendations for what your needs are. So remember, don't get all bogged down in the different kinds of oils there are out there and all that. There's lots of information on the internet. You can read up all you want on the different types and what they are. Just remember that motorcycle oil is different from automotive oil. And that's basically it for today. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you about something really cool I've come across, Tech Socks. Made in Canada, got some really cool features with them. I use them myself. Probably the biggest thing I like about them is they make my feet comfortable when I'm riding. Being a sport touring guy, that's really important to me, especially at the end of the day. Some of the neat features about these socks are they've got venting across the toes, across the top of the foot. They've got this Epsilon heel which fits your heel correctly. They've got these nice vents along the top that let the heat out of your boots so you don't get those wet, damp feet that always get cold, it seems like. Another big thing I like is the big cuff. Goes around my leg, doesn't leave that mark on there. It looks like I've been pinched off with an elastic band. The biggest thing I like about them is the fact that they don't stink. They're what they're called antimicrobial, if you can say that twice. What it's designed to do is it's a high silver content in the way they build these socks. And what it does is bacteria can't live so that you don't stink, which I find is a really great feature. The other nice thing I like about sport touring, you only need 2 pair. You get in at night, you just wash these up in the sink, you hang them up to dry, you put on your next set the next day. By the end of the next day, you wash the next set, you put these on, you only need 2 pair. This is a great product, built in Canada. They come in a boot cut, they come in a motocross, they come in a high cut. This type here being the boot cut. They range from $16.95 to $21.95. I think it's a great product. And that's my review for the day. When you want performance, just come and ask Mike.